Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence, for Just Ask Podcast Live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Now, all the time I always tell you that every time you see us, we've got some resources for you, your family members, your neighbors, anyone in the community that's seeking resources. This is the place to be on Just Ask. All right, so what I want to do today, ladies and gentlemen, is give my Marsha recap program, which is normally when I have a chance to meet and greet and learn about other resources that you may have missed. If you didn't miss them, fine. But if you have missed them, we want to bring them back so that you can see who they are. So today I'm going to go over Stemm-up and the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. They touch my heart, and I wanted to make sure that you guys get a chance to understand some of these programs and what they do. So that's probably why, when you see me and I say that we're going to do a recap, every time we do a recap, someone has called in and said, what about that show, or who is that contact person? So we want to make sure that everybody is aware of the resources that are out there. And normally at this time of the year, as it gets kind of cold, we start looking for things. So we're looking for programs to secure our homes, or to transportation for our loved ones, medication waivers, all kinds of things. Now, a lot of you who are in programs or have not seeked out weatherization programs, this is the time now. You're kind of cutting it close. But always remember, any program that you're seeking services from, you always contact them a month or two ahead before the services actually is unveiled. So in other words, like we're going to say, for instance, the thaw program, for those who are interested in making sure that they have secured their gas situation, you would contact your neighborhood services a month before. So if we're in November, you probably should have called them in October, but it doesn't matter. When you give them a call, make sure it's not during the bitter cold and it's almost at the end. Oh my God, I need some help with my lights, my gas, my phones, whatever. You always try to get those services in advance. And what you can do, even if you don't need them, ladies and gentlemen, you still call and find out what is their turnaround time. When do they accept applications? How long do they accept applications? Same thing for housing. When you have a housing situation and a person is looking for subsidized housing, low-income housing, Section 8, whatever you want to call it, whatever program you're under, you don't wait till the need is up on you. You actually apply in advance. So even when you apply in advance, you're giving yourself heads up to say, okay, well, in 6 months I may be moving, so I'm going to be looking for subsidized housing way before my 6 months lease is up. All right, so the sooner the better you put in for it, the sooner the better you get a response. Now, on top of that, especially in housing, you hear a lot of the organizations say, our waiting list is long. Our waiting list, you're number 300 on our waiting list. Well, that may sound true, but in the event people move on, some people don't respond to the notification that went out to them. Some people have passed on. It's a lot of situations that waiting list gets shorter and shorter, and your name may come up sooner than you think. So don't doubt yourself when you're looking for housing that's a long time. If you start early and get your information in, you'd be surprised at the process of when it'll come back and your name comes up. And that's on any of the programs. So I encourage family members that are seeking any type of utility service programs, housing programs, food programs, medication waivers, anyone that you want to contact them a month or two in advance before you really are in urgent need to find out what the process is. And everything is a process. Everything. So that's important to know, that you don't have to wait till the last minute and say, oh, nobody can help me, because housing issues are on the rise. So if you're in between the programs that ended with the moratorium, and you still have issues with trying to, maintain your housing, you want to call the Housing Coalition. I should get that number back up. But you can always give us a call here at the Just Ask Talk Show, and we'll bring that up. We'll provide that information for you. But the Housing Coalition will provide legal services so that you can either maintain in that home or get some assistance in the transition of you being out of that home. So when the moratorium ended, and now that you have to pay full rent, and now that you have to be responsible to say, well, my back rent's not thoroughly paid up, you may go to your DHS office. You may end up going through other programs to offset that bill, but you definitely have rights. You have legal rights through the council. So Detroit Housing Coalition will assist you, and we can get those numbers over to you. All right, so that's just a little FYI in the midst of everything, okay? Now, I know that a lot of you know that every year we give our annual Health and Fun Fair in October. We're not going to miss in October if we can possibly help it. But there's also a time that we also need assistance. So if any of you are familiar with Giving Tuesday, it's coming up. All right. And we want you to know when you see that logo, Just As Foundation, because we care, that is us. We would like for you to be considerate and want to support our program as well. So we can't do these things without you, and we won't do these things without keeping you abreast of what we're doing. And that's to make sure that people with disabilities, senior citizens, and their caregivers are aware of resources that are available. So that's what we are. So when you see that logo for Giving Tuesday come up on your Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is that you're doing, we look forward to your support. Everything counts, every dime, every penny, whatever. All right. So we want to make our continuous yearly event keep going, and I want to keep my seat as well, giving you that resource information. So, and we have some new things coming up, so we definitely want to make sure that you are aware of all the wonderful things that we do here at Just Dance Talk Show and the Just Dance Foundation. All right. So, like I said, I wanted to go back to some past guests of mine. So what I did do was those nice people from Stemm-up. Okay, they were at our event on October 5th, and that is the Stemm-up team. There's four of them, so I do know three for sure, but I'm going to just leave that out. Alvin Brewer, Kaylee Kraft, Dr. Sam Evon, and the lady on the far left with the brown hair, I forgot her name, but I know it's Maria somebody, and I'm sorry, Maria, if I forgot it. But these individuals are part of a dynamic program called Stemm-up, and Stemm-up is a job readiness program that offers training, coaching, job shadowing, and internships to improve your quality of life and excel in your career in the post-pandemic world. The goal is to work with people with disabilities from marginalized communities to find or advance in jobs in the area of science, technology, engineering, mathematics, or medicine. So with that, they come to these different events all over Michigan, and they try to make sure that people are aware of their program. So the goal is to attain by providing you with skills leading to advancement and excelling in your career. So their tagline is train, advance, and excel. Excuse me. What that means is that these young ladies and gentlemen are your next generation of supporters in the areas, like they said, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine. Excuse me. So I want you to definitely consider getting involved with Stemm-up if you're a young person trying to find your way and getting some help educational-wise and career goal-wise for a job. These will be the people that you want to see. Now, they're in relationship with State of Michigan Rehabilitation Services. So that's one of the entities that you can go through to actually get help. You can sign up as a register, with the State of Michigan Rehabilitation Services, and become an active client with them, and then get the referral over to Stemm-up. All right. So we also will provide some more information about them if you are in need or in search of the Stemm-up program. Now, what I do like about Stemm-up, and I say what I do like about Stemm-up, is that that's the kind of job I used to do. I was an employment service specialist for the State of Michigan and Michigan Rehabilitation Service, and my job was to see to it that persons with disabilities receive employment. So when the Stemm-up group came to see us, I was elated because some of the things they were saying, I'm like, I used to do that, okay? And we did it at a different level and at a different time, but now they've become even more advanced in providing education and programs that are geared towards your choices, okay? The state was always in line with trying to find a person a good job. But, now we got this education and career plan put together well enough that you can go through a training program and still come out with the thought in mind that this is the job I want here at the end. And which is a great idea because they even have more advancement in skills and technology than we had at the time that, I was working for the state. And I'm not going to date myself because we did a good job. All right. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to move on from that. And I wanted to talk about more or less one of the programs that we just did recently. But and that was with... what's her name? Beautiful young lady. Oh, Sydney Austin of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Foundation. So let me see, where are they at? I know that we have them up here. Oh no, well, we're going to talk about Medium first. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, every time you're trying to see the Just Ask Talk Show, you can tune in on Wednesday mornings at 5:30 a.m. on PBS Channel 56. But keep in mind, we're on Comcast Detroit, Comcast Southfield, Birmingham Bloomfield, Lake Orion, Troy, River Rouge, and where else we on? Our website and YouTube and Facebook. So if you don't catch us on 56, you got several ways to watch the Just Ask Talk Show. And any of those ways will help you get the same information that you are interested in receiving from us. So if you miss me, call me. 1-800-323-5336. And we're going to get it over to you any way that we can. So I get calls every day. And sometimes I want to be able to go over these questions that people have asked me to resolve for them. It's really enlightening to know that I know some of the stuff that people are asking. And if we don't know it, then we actually look it up, give you a call back, and connect you with the person and the parties to be on the resources that you need. All right? So here is where we were going to start with, which is the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So if you see that QR code, you can download that if you can and get some information that way. But you want to know more about this particular program because a lot of us, every day we're walking around, we're pretty healthy, at least we think we are and everything. And then you may discover that you have some conditions going along within your bloodstream or something. You never know. But this is one of those organizations that you can find out more about. And they have some support programs to deal with the finances. So a lot of people who are going through something with leukemia or lymphoma, they are like struggling financially or, don't have any monies at all. Then they do have a helpline. So you want help with the finances, you can actually go to their website or give them a call. And the number is at the top, 877-557-2672, 877-557-2672. Now, you're thinking to yourself, well, if a person is that sick, what can this money do? You'd be surprised. It may help with medication. It may help with transportation. It may even, take care of a bill. You never know. So you want to visit their website or give that number a call and find out more about their finance program. And then, secondly, there is Empowering Black Communities with Myeloma Support. Now, that's another condition that a lot of people don't think about. That's, growing predominantly now in the Black communities. And when you think about leukemia and lymphoma, you never think about myeloma, but there's other conditions that affect us as well. And once you've been diagnosed with any of those conditions, you never think about what programs are available out there that you can go to get some research, to find out more about it. Okay, so, financial assistance is available. Educational outreach assistance is available. Finding a clinical trial through a clinic trial support group or support center is available. So all those, and nutrition consultants are available. So all those services are available once you've been diagnosed that you want to find out more about. And if you haven't been diagnosed, you still can find out more about these informations anyway. Okay, this is some very resourceful information. Don't think because we have a chance to talk to each one of these individuals that it stops right there. Not only does it keep going with us, it resonates with us, it's our family. Okay, so at this chart, the calcium evaluation, high level of calcium in the blood. Okay, R for renal failure, poor function of the kidneys. Okay, A for amino, low red blood cell count. B for bone abnormalities. So you may have some signs of something, and it doesn't have to be this condition. Nope, it doesn't. But it could be something that's related to it or whatever, so you still want to get checked out. You know, it's sad when you find out people are afraid to go to the hospital, especially men. Okay? And I want to say this to the men. If your mom took you to the doctor and to the hospital, whatever, when you were young, why wouldn't you go now by yourself, for yourself? Okay, don't ever be afraid to find out what's going on, because whatever's going on in your body internally, it's not going to go away. It may subside for a minute, it may stop hurting or whatever, but it's not going away. And that's for anybody. We always look at it like, well, it don't hurt that much. Anything that don't hurt, that doesn't supposed to hurt, it's not supposed to hurt. Anything that's hurting, okay, penetrating, it's going to keep coming back and forth. All right. So, and I'm a stickler. If something's going on with Marsha, I'm like, hold on. That's not normal. I'm not feeling good. I'm going to see the doctor. When I get to the doctor and they say, so how you feeling today? I'm like, well, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't feeling uncomfortable. So me, myself, I believe in going to the doctor. And I'm not going to say that everybody's got to be a fan of the doctors, but you have to be a fan of yourself. And being a fan of yourself means you're going to go check out yourself. If you have children, you run them to the doctor, you take them to the dentist, you go to the ear clinic, all that for your children. Well, the children are learning from you. So why aren't you the one that's going to take care of yourself so that your children will grow up and know that, hey, if my mom and dad went to the doctor, I know I can. And that's where I got it from. My mother and father, all the way up in their 80s, they was going to the doctors and getting taken care of. So I respect my parents. I understand the importance of seeing about yourself and early prevention. All right. So here it is. More than 138,000 people are living with or in remission from myeloma in the U.S. Now, you know, we never think about stuff like this. But let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. If you find any type of abnormalities that are not normal, whether it's a bump on your body somewhere that wasn't there before, or a mold that looks like it's never been there before, these are the reasons why you contact your physician or go to this particular type foundation, Leukemia Lymphoma, to find out. Okay, intensive 2 or 3 drugs, combination therapy lasting for about 4 to 6 months. So they actually give a chart here to tell you, you know, what the patients are experiencing and the walkthrough with the medication. All right. So at some point in time, people are concerned about how to take care of themselves when they have such conditions such as myeloma, leukemia, lymphoma, okay? And if for those of you who don't know what that is, which is a form of cancer of the blood, but it's got other things too, so it's not necessarily just cancer of the blood, okay? But that's one of those rare ones that you like, I don't feel sick. No, you might not feel sick, but you might feel lightheaded. You might feel a little lethargic or something like that. It all depends. So those are not necessarily the signs, but that could be a sign. Or like I said, you have a mark on your body that was never there before, and it's in an odd place, you know. So it could be on your hip or something, or underarm or something like that. You're like, I've never had that before. That's the kind of stuff you want to go get checked out, because that's the kind of stuff that concerns us when we're not sure about when something's going wrong. Okay. And it's not necessarily something's going wrong, but when we have a health concern. All right. So we're going to look at it that way. But in terms of these programs that you're seeing. If you have a show idea, you can always give us a call, 1-800-323-5336. Tell us who you'd like to see or what you'd like to see. And as you notice in the future, if you miss all the programs on the different stations, on Facebook, our Facebook page, we will also bring up some of these shows for those who are Facebook fans of ours, that you can actually see it on Facebook. So we want you to be able to get to us any kind of way that's necessary so that you won't miss a drop of resources from through Just Ask. All right. So like I said, if we actually are involved in certain programs that you're not familiar with, you can always ask us who's who. The Disability Network of Wayne County, what do they do? Warriors on Wheels, what do they do? Mary Free Bed, what do they do? There's so many of them that's just a few to just name. But like I said, Stemm-up, what do they do? So each one of these programs that come to us, we always find out what they do and share that with you. So I do want to remind you all about the Michigan Diaper Bank, Detroit Diaper Bank rather, which is one of the programs that I am very fond of. And the reason I say that is because it's not just diapers. Okay, one of their components is for children, and another component is for adults. So if you're caring for a loved one that needs incontinence care, and that's diapers, you can actually give them a call at Detroit Diaper Bank and find out more about their delivery service and how to put in an order for your loved one to get free diapers, okay? But most of you don't know your incontinence care supplies are connected to your insurance. You can always call your insurance carrier, find out if you are eligible for incontinence care services, and that means that you will get a prescription from your physician, turn that into your medical supply company of your choice, and then they will deliver to your home the box of diapers, sanitary gloves, bed pants. So they come in a box, unidentified box, okay, and you will get that monthly, so or however long as you need it, and you get a chance to choose the type of diapers you want. When I say diapers, there depends, okay, so you might want pull-ups or you might want Velcro strap-on, whatever. You actually have that choice as an individual who is in need of continence care. So I want you to keep in mind that you don't have to wait to the last minute to find out if you're eligible. You can contact your insurance company, and when they tell you, yes, you do have that coverage, then especially Medicare, Medicaid, now I might as well stop and tell you now, you're eligible if you got Medicare or Medicaid, okay? Okay. We're talking about the other insurance carriers. Can you call them and find out if you can, get that free service? And if you can't, then you want to call the Detroit Diaper Bank and find out about getting some diapers over to you as an adult for incontinence care. For young adults who have children, women with children, or gentlemen who are raising their daughters or sons and their babies, there is a program through the Detroit Diaper Bank as well to help you offset the cost of diaper needs, potty training, and they have another program for young ladies called period something. I'm not sure. I got to get that together, but that's a class so that when young women who are going through their cycle don't have monies to buy their personal supplies for their monthly, the Detroit Diaper Bank also has a service for that, and it's very helpful in getting you the necessary napkins or pads that you may need. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of resources out here now that we can just really just use to our advantage to do well, to do better, and to feel safe. And know that there's someone out there who has a heart that brings together these programs to say, we need to start this here. We need to raise money. Just like these food pantries. We got zillions of food pantries now. So people who put together the food pantries, hats off to you. They make sure that your holidays are good, that you're going to have, turkey or ham or whatever for your holidays and the trimming and fixing. So you got to give thanks to all these wonderful people that provide these services out here, and know that they've done this because they've been where you are. Okay, and they found out that it could be done easily by providing a resource. So that's why we have these wonderful services out here. And here at Just Ask, we try to get the word out to you so that you'll know who they are and where they are located too. Now, if I left somebody on, I don't know who it is, but I do want you to know that for the holiday seasons, there's going to be some transportation programs, additional transportation programs for our disabled population to utilize. You can contact Warriors on Wheels for that, or Disability Network of Wayne County, and find out about their transportation programs. Their Disability Network of Wayne County also has their urban garden. What will they be distributing this year in their urban garden? Also, will there be meal delivery programs? So you can always call and find out who's doing the meal delivery. Okay, they also have a lot of those programs. And you want to register early. Don't wait till the last minute and say, I don't have anything to have for my family for holiday dinners. When you've been told early, okay, all you got to do is make a phone call, all right? And if you're not sure, give us a call here at the Just Dance Talk Show, and we will do our best to find that resource for you to get over to you so that you can have a wonderful and blessed holiday season in the incoming year. You'll be having all this type of resources available to you, so you'll know who to call and definitely who to get to do something for your home. Don't wait till the last minute for weatherization. Jump on that like today and get the calls in for, I don't care if it's window caulking, if it's lights, if it's a new door. Call 211 and ask them about that program. Yep, 211 is supposed to give you information about weatherization program. All right, so keep that in mind. Well, like I said, I want to go back to our logo again because I want to remind you that at any time we appreciate your support for the Just Dance Foundation as well as the Just Dance Talk Show. And you can look for that logo coming up real soon on our Facebook page.
This isn't a workout video. It's about how LLS has helped blood cancer patients like me thrive and how your donation can help countless others. Please give today at lls.org.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
I'm your host, Marsha Florence for Just Ask. And what do I always say? If you have a question about a person with a disability or if you just have a general question, don't be afraid to ask. Just ask. I'm your host. See you next time.